Tommy Rex, and you're listening to today's Boondoggle.
This is Mark Metcalf, and you are listening to today's Boondoggle with Bailey on Domain Cleveland Radio.
You are listening to today's Boondoggle with Bailey on Domain Cleveland Radio. Yes, Kato Kalin listens to this all the time.
Welcome to today's Boondoggle. Now, here's your host. The Sonic Temple Art and Music Festival returns May 14th through 17th with My Chemical Romance, Tool, Bring Me the Horizon, and Shinedown. Plus, Pierce the Veil, Good Charlotte, The Offspring, Sublime, Godsmack, Breaking Benjamin, Marilyn Manson, and so many more. Sonic Temple in Columbus, Ohio, May 14th to 17th. Passes on sale now for as low as $1 down at sonictemplefestival.com.
What's going on, everybody? It's Bill Bailey with today's Boondoggle, and I'm looking forward to making a new friend here today, talking to a fellow Navy shipmate. We served like way apart in our timeline. I'm probably a much older salt, but sure we'll still have a lot in common. Talking to Greta Sigel. What's going on, Greta?
What's going on, Bill? Thank you so much for having me.
No, I'm excited. I'm glad our mutual friend Ryan got us connected.
Absolutely.
He's been pushing that, and we'll get into it later. The Irreverent Warrior thing on me. So like I'll definitely like to hear your feedback about that later. But when I have people on for the first time, I like to go like way back to their background. You remember as little Greta, what did you originally want to be when you grew up?
I originally an astronaut.
Nice.
Yes, and then I wanted to be a pool lifeguard thereafter. So,
was that around like Baywatch and stuff? Just saw yourself doing that slow run down the beach.
Absolutely glamorous. That sounds perfect.
Nice. Well, at least you still got involved with the water.
Yes.
Later on, had to get some swim calls in for that, right?
Absolutely.
And then when was it that you felt like the calling to serve your country?
It was really my grandfather. He was in the Navy. He told such incredible stories about his time in service, the friendships that he made, the bravery that he experienced. And I also have like such fond memories of like being in our backyard with him, and he would pick out airplanes coming through the sky and list them off. And I think that really inspired me to start pursuing something in the service. I did a lot of volunteer work as a teenager, as a youth, and then eventually made my way into the Navy. So I really credit towards my grandpa, though.
Nice. And then, so like, as you know, you heard Grandpa's stories and we're kind of leaning towards that, but like, when did you like, was this like right after high school? Were you like, kind of like, I don't know, college isn't for me. It's like, I want to go see what, get educated like Grandpa did out there in the Navy, or how'd that work?
Yeah. After high school, I went to college for 2 years. It really wasn't for me. And I came back home to Cleveland. And one day I was actually just picking up Chipotle in Medina. And right behind Chipotle is the recruiting center. I thought, wow, I'm just going to go in. And I went in and I instantly realized this was my path. It was incredible. So made great friends with my recruiters. They glammed it up a little bit, as they do for all of us.
Oh yeah.
But it was a phenomenal experience, realizing that was my path in life.
Nice. And then so you what were you originally going to college for?
Biology.
All right.
Yeah.
So you did get to still study some biology out there, I guess, more sea life, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And then so you talk to the recruiters, and like you said, they normally like to glam things up as they did with me back in the day. But like what kind of led you to you ended up being what, a sonar tech, right?
Sonar Tech. That's right. Yeah.
So you must have scored really high. You're one of those smart recruits, right?
I think so. I think so. Yeah, I got a 98, or excuse me, an 89. So it's pretty good. And my recruiter was like, "Oh, you went to college or part of college for biology. Maybe you'll like dolphins. Maybe you'll like being a sonar tech." And that's all it took for me. So I really, I didn't, I didn't have too much knowledge of it going into it. But it ended up being a great choice. I really enjoyed it.
And you said you grew up here in the area.
I did, yeah. But
Where'd you end up going to high school at?
I was homeschooled.
Homeschooled. That's why you scored so high. Nice.
Yes, yeah. And the Navy was just a whole brand new world to me. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to, that's why I like to ask then. So okay, homeschooled, scored really high. I mean, you probably first time you got away from homeschool was going to college.
Yes.
And where'd you end up going to college?
I went to Akron U for a little bit of time.
Okay.
But still in the neighborhood.
Yeah. And then you figure out, okay, maybe this isn't what I want to do. You go see the recruiter, they glam it up for you. And then all of a sudden it's like, was it Great Lakes for you?
Oh, it was Great Mistakes. Yes.
Great Mistakes. So what was that transition like from being homeschooled to
I was
boot
shocked.
camp?
I was shocked. I was really, really thankful though that they did not want us speaking. It was just a time for us to be absorbing everything, because that was essential for Greta's development for sure. Because the transition was wild.
And then as you get through boot camp and then you go to A school.
I did. Yeah.
Where was A school for you?
It was in San Diego.
Okay, well that's a lot nicer than Great Lakes.
So beautiful, so beautiful. The beaches, the sunshine. Oh, and the tacos. Oh my goodness, I had never experienced tacos like that before.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah, they got really good tacos there in San Diego.
Oh yes.
And then so like I said, you go boot camp, A school. You're getting used to the Navy after being homeschooled. What would you say are some of the oddest things that you experienced during your time in?
Ooh. I would have to say, a unique experience was actually witnessing St. Elmo's fire in person, which is like that atmospheric phenomenon that happens on board ships. Sometimes it's almost like that blue lightning. That was incredible witnessing that.
I thought that was just a really good 80s movie.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely 80s movies for sure. But yeah, witness that in person. That was definitely something different than growing up in little Medina, Ohio. So I think the friendships I made along the way was just incredible. The peer support that I built while in service, I'm sure you experienced the same thing as well too. Just incredible friends from all walks of life. And they're all scattered across the United States now and some overseas. We keep in contact and it's just wonderful. That just brotherhood and sisterhood that just binds us all together.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
And then like during your time in, without breaking OPSEC, what would you say was like the worst place that you served at?
So my first duty station was Whidbey Island, Washington, and it took a lot to get used to the constant rain and clouds and almost no sunlight. We worked in a facility underground, so I would go into work before the sun would rise, and I would leave work before the sun or after the sun would go down. So it was just no sunshine ever. So that was a challenge. That was a challenge.
Got to connect with your inner vampire during that time period, right?
Absolutely.
And then what would you say was the best place you got to serve at?
Ooh, I think Sasebo, Japan will always hold a special place in my heart. I think we all call it Sasa Vegas for a reason. It's pretty fun out there. But great food, just a beautiful culture out there. And it was so much fun being in port in Sasebo.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And then, you kind of touched on it, I would say, with like the friendships and the connections you made. But what is something that you feel you'll always carry with you from your time of service?
Just like the continued sense of service and duty. It doesn't end after we get our DD 214. It just changes into something else. And that's something I've carried with me. And I really love that. It's really part of who I am. That and the friendships along the way. I am in a group chat with my friends who are from the first base I was on in Point Loma. And we talk every single day, and we're coming up on 15 years of friendship. So it's wonderful. It's wonderful having those people in our lives.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, back in my day, we had to really be committed and put like pen to paper, and then like put a stamp on an envelope, and then wait. I think if we were left on red or anything like that, you know.
Oh yes.
And then, what do you feel is like one of the funniest stories you can share from your time of service?
Let's see. One of the funniest. Well, so I was a prankster on my boat. And so I part of the way through deployment, I was taking Vaseline and putting them on door handles. I was putting Jolly Ranchers inside of the shower heads. So when people would lather up, they were just constantly sticky. I think the pranks that I pulled were pretty solid. We had, without throwing anybody under the bus, we had that one stinky kid on deployment, and we went into his berthing one night and opened up a can of tuna fish and put it right in his vent, and eventually that guy showered. So I think I bullied him into some solid hygiene.
Nice, tough love,
Yeah,
right?
Tough love, yes.
I've never heard the Jolly Rancher thing too. That's pretty good.
Oh, you just get so sticky. You can't get it off you. It's terrible and also great.
And then like what would you say, now that you've served and you've gotten back into like civilian world and stuff, what would you say is one of your greatest hopes for the nation you were willing to give your life for?
Oh, I just want everybody moving forward to have the same opportunities and experiences that I've had. I think it built my character, it built who I was, and I'm just incredibly indebted to that experience. I just hope everyone gets to have that experience in life. I hope I can pass that on to future generations and light that fire in people's spirit, kind of the way my grandpa did. So,
nice.
Yeah.
And then what do you feel we can do to like break the stigma of mental health and PTSD?
Oh, that's a good one. And I feel like I've been ever evolving in my opinion of this and my outlook of it as well too. Therapy. For me, therapy has been life-saving. I go to therapy every single week with intention with my therapist, which is great. Other people have different modalities of healing, and that's absolutely valid and great too. Cold plunges, getting together with friends, having your accountability partners, medication, all those things just help heal what we all carry. A lot of us can't talk about it. I know probably you experience the same thing too. While we're in service, it's a lot of shut up. You can deal with it later. We'll take care of it later. We have a mission to take care of right now. You can take care of your feelings later. And when you get out of service, it's such a different outlook. This is self-care. And I cherish that ability to reach out, to go to therapy and to like promote my own healing, because I really do take it on as my own personal journey.
I feel you there. I mean, I know like same thing. It was just like when I look back at, what would I do different if I was in today, or what would I hope I would do different if I was going in today? And that would have been like, I mean, I experienced some trauma. I was on an aircraft carrier. I worked on F-14s when I first went in.
Yes.
And, I saw a few guys not make it, that got killed up on the aircraft carrier or fall overboard, not get recovered.
Yes.
One of our aircraft didn't make the landing, lost everybody on there. And it was just like, that mentality of, especially, being a male, it's like, okay, well, we can't cry about this. We don't have time to deal with this. We just got to suck it up and move on. Like you were saying, like they, the mission does come first. And I get that.
Yes.
But I wish I would have maybe sought out a chaplain just to talk to somebody about it, get it off my chest, because, I just celebrated 17 years sober recently. And during that time frame, it was just like that was my medication, that's how I would numb. I didn't want to deal with feeling the feels, so it was like, it was alcohol to numb, and then doing other non-gentlemanly stuff in like the red light district and things like that, and but it was just like, I just didn't want to feel that fear and that insecurity or whatever that I was, that happened or I was feeling during that time.
Yes, I understand completely. It's tough still being vulnerable about it. I'm trying to be better about it every single day. And I think that's what counts. Also, congratulations on your sobriety. That's fucking rad.
Thank you. Yeah. And like you mentioned, a lot of the different things that are available for the journey. It's like all of the above for me, it's just like some of my support group now happens in, the rooms of recovery. I've made a lot of friends in that, where it's like, I go to a lot of male meetings too, where we're actually sharing our feelings and, stuff like that. It's not a knitting circle or nothing, but it's like, we talk about what we're, we get things off our chest, and it's comfortable to do that. It's like, I've been to, all kinds of different forms of therapy. I do the cold plunge stuff. I do the, I got, there's a couple veterans organizations that I got connected with after I got out. And those have been amazing, get to go on trips, get involved in nature, and just get active. And I guess that could be the segue up to, the group that we're mentioning that you're involved with, Irreverent Warriors. Tell me how you came in contact with that and what that's been like for you.
Oh my goodness. It literally saved my life. I want to start with that for sure. I was falling into like a deep depression between like right after service until about 2023, 2024. I really, really didn't know where I was going in life. I felt like I had lost purpose completely. And I happened to be scrolling on Facebook, and I saw something associated with grunt style. Guys in short shorts walking around, gals in short shorts. It seemed like they were having a great time. Everyone had smiles on their faces. I'm like, what is this? Started checking it out. Irreverent Warriors was the organization. I started searching a little deeper, noticed that the percentage of females that show up to these events is incredibly high. So it was nice to know that even though from a military standpoint, when we were in service, there was definitely a drastic number less of females in service. But at these events, there's a significant higher amount. Anyways, all that saying, a few months later, I found out that there was an event in my city in Cleveland, and I decided to sign up. And I joined the event. I was welcomed with open arms. And I just remember my first hike. I made friends. I cried. I was really, really vulnerable about what I was struggling with. And people just met me where I was. And I just felt like I had come home to family. It literally saved my life. They're non-athletic events for anybody who's interested. So they keep them under 10 miles, I believe, for each city. We're in 56 cities across the United States and overseas as well, too. Our main mission is we bring veterans together using humor and camaraderie to improve mental health and prevent veteran suicide. And we do that in many different ways, but each community, our pinnacle event is our hike. And then each of the communities has smaller events. So barbecues, top golf events, veteran only get-togethers. Sometimes we have bring the families with you, bring your support system with you. We just really try to get people out of isolation and into this group that provides so much peer support. It's just wonderful. I could talk about it for hours.
Well, you already sold me with non-athletic and barbecues, so
Yes, yes.
I'm definitely think I'm going to be signing up for that.
Oh, please do. We would love to have you. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, you guys definitely look like my kind of people, so I'm going to definitely want to sign up for that and hang. What? No, I wanted to go back a little bit too for the audience, like. You know, as we said, you're a sonar tech. Do you want to like kind of explain like what that is for the people out there listening that might not have an idea what that entails?
Yes, absolutely. So, brief overview. It's basically taking any type of biological noises, and we're able to uptake that information and read it on a screen and be able to figure out what is in the water and what creates certain noises. It's similar to what people would consider would be radar, but this is all underwater. It has to do with different noises and how they move through water.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then you know, as after A school, like where did you where was, like you said, I think, what did you say, Whidbey Island was like your first duty station?
Yeah.
And then what were you when you had sea duty, what did you end up being attached to?
We all came out of Whidbey Island, and it was a unique situation. So I served on a USNS vessel, which is different from your typical frigate, destroyer, aircraft carrier. These are much smaller vessels. We only had about 13 servicemen and women aboard, and the rest were military sea lift. So you had merchant marines, a crew that took care of the regular duties, and then we had our primary duty on board. So when we would deploy, we would take our little group from Whidbey Island, fly over to Japan, and then we would meet our vessel, or USNS Able, in Sasebo. We would patrol all throughout that area, down towards Okinawa, the Philippines, all over the place in that general area.
Yeah, that's another thing I would have done different if I went back in today, because I did I was in Virginia Beach. You know, I was in I mean, I loved working on F-14s. I loved being a part of the air division. That was a lot of fun.
Yes.
But then you know, I was on the Theodore Roosevelt, and at the time it was over in Norfolk, and you know, I got to do the med cruise and stuff like that. But you know, I always wish I would have done, you know, I always want to see like Australia, still want to see like Australia, or, you know, Japan, or especially Okinawa, because my father was a World War II Marine and he was on the invasion of Okinawa. So it would have been kind of cool to, you know, check that off the list and share that, come home and share that with my dad. Not that he would want to remember what he did over there, but you know.
I understand.
And then like when it was time, when it came time to the end of your enlistment, like what was one of your deciding factors, like to you know, get out and not like re-enlist?
Well, actually, I wasn't able to. I was med boarded. I had a surgery on my foot that didn't go as planned.
Oh no.
I know. I have a big plate in my foot and a bunch of screws, and it didn't end up working out the way the doctors wanted. It was done by the Army, so I blame the Army. I'm just kidding though. But yeah, so shortly thereafter, the doctors were like, "Hey, you're not going to be able to have the mobility that's required for continuing your service." So after 6 years, I was med boarded out. So that was
Wow.
really the deciding factor. It was out of my hands, unfortunately. I think
And
if
that,
I was still able to, I think I would still be in. Going on
yeah.
those events, I'm just a sea dog at heart for sure. I love it. I love being out there.
And I'm sure that like contributed to, like your depression and stuff, having that taken
Yes.
from you as
Oh, yeah.
well.
Yes. See it
Do you
clear.
mind like kind of sharing about that a little bit? Like what,
Yeah.
kind of you felt like when you were told that, and then like you said, then Irreverent Warriors came to be and literally saved your life.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. It was really crushing when I found out about it because I could have seen myself continuing in service for sure. Um, I ended up getting out a couple months after that decision was made. Um, I tried to go back to college. I was really floundering. I used alcohol as a way to like help my feelings, which was absolutely no help at all. No help at all. And I
I
became,
can vouch for that.
yes, yes. And I never thought that I had a problem with drinking, but it was never healthy for me. It was never a problem. It never solved any problems in my life, and it created so many more. Um, I would say after I moved back to Cleveland, I really tried to get into a couple different programs in Cleveland. Um, None of them were really veteran focused. And I think that's where I was missing the mark. I needed to be around people who could get me, who could understand me, who had maybe shared experiences. We could joke about the same things.
Yeah.
I couldn't find that. I found a few people while I was going to the VA for therapy, and that was wonderful. And then I had, like I had talked about before, my friends that were scattered across the United States. We would text, use social media to keep in contact, but it's so different than when it is in service. You have that constant, like, I have your back. I'm going to see you tomorrow. Just the feeling of camaraderie while you're in was just gone, and it felt like so much was taken from me.
Mm-hmm.
So it made me, I feel like I was angry. I was depressed. Yeah, it was when I found Irreverent Warriors, it clicked for me instantly. That paired with the continuing, like, showing up for therapy, being intentional with my therapy, being honest and vulnerable with people, treating therapy like self-care, because it is for me. It is self-care for me. I think all those factors together have saved my life. Yeah, because I don't think I'd be here without that. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you're here. You're definitely because you're helping me with an episode, but still, I'm glad you're here. I'm not being an asshole, but like, so you had this surgery, you got metal in your foot.
Yes.
And now you're able to go on. How is the hikes? How is that for some of these hikes? Is that extra painful, or is it?
Yeah, it's really painful. So I try to, like, wrap my feet. I use lidocaine patches. I do get a shot through the VA every 3 months, and that does help with the pain. But yeah, I just have super supportive shoes, take lots of breaks. And fortunately, with the hiking group, I know it sounds like a lot, but we're doing it all day long, and there's plenty of breaks. So I get to put my feet up, and it's well worth it. I may be a little in pain the next day for sure, but it is well worth it for my soul.
Nice. Okay. Well, then that even convinced me even more that I need to sign up, because
Yeah.
I have, like, I'm service connected knees and stuff like that, but I didn't have surgery on my feet. And if you're doing it, then you're motivating me to stop making excuses and get out there and start hiking with you guys.
You got this. Yes. Yes.
I need to.
Biofreeze. I got you, bud.
Awesome. Yeah. I own stock in that myself, I think. And then I saw too. So you have Irreverent Warriors, and that's part of your healing journey and stuff. But like, what else are you doing today now that you're out?
I'm a big gardener. I garden like crazy. I love it. Flowers, vegetables, all sorts of good stuff. It's beautiful today.
Oh yeah.
It's just gorgeous. So I was just outside tilling my garden. I just love it. Preparing the soil.
Nice. So you got a metal foot and a green thumb.
Yes.
That's great. And then speaking of like metal, you put in your thing that you're a big fan of music festivals as well.
I am. Oh, I do. I love going to see live music. It is so healing.
So what's some of your favorite festivals that you've attended?
Ooh, let's see. Incarceration. I've been to that one before, which is rad. I really want to hit Louder Than Life, which I believe is in Louisville.
Oh yeah.
So I need to like get a friend group together and just head down there. I heard that's just wild. I've been to Lollapalooza, which was crazy. I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it so far. There's so many more on the checklist for me though. I just want to go to all the music festivals.
Well, I really love like Incarceration is special to me as well because like the guy that originally started it, Dan Jansen, is like a old friend of mine. He we got into concert promotions around the same time frame, you know, here in the area. And you know, where my alcoholism and everything kind of took me, you know, down one area, he kept trudging along, and now he's like, you know, co-owner of the Incarceration music festival with Danny Wimmer. So it's like that's one of my favorite ones to be a part of every year. And then the like Sonic Temple, I don't know if you ever hit that one in Columbus.
I haven't yet. I need to add that to my list though. Yeah, that
one's really good too. Like I've been going to those since it was like Rock on the Range.
Nice.
I mean, we're very blessed, I'd say, for the state of Ohio having two of the major, you know, festivals here. And past 2 years, I have been to Louder Than Life as well, and that's a great. That's like the Super Bowl. If you go like to Ink and Sonic Temple, for me, I felt like my first time I went to Louder Than Life, it's like both of those combined. Like it's so huge, you know. And I was like, I think when I went last time, I stayed at like what's the closest Army base I stayed at? It's like Fort Knox or whatever, I think. it was like a 45-minute drive every day, you know, from the base to the festival.
Mm-hmm.
But and who knows, I probably spent more in gas to make the difference if I would have got a hotel room closer, you know. But I was like cheap. I'm like, I'm retired. I can get I can stay on base and, you know, save money. You know? But it was a lot of driving, so who knows if it balanced out. But it was quite an experience. So I definitely recommend hitting that one if you get the opportunity. And hopefully you know, we can see each other at the Incarceration this year. Do you when you've gone to them, have you like got involved with any of the like some of the booths there? Have you like checked out the Taylor Foundation?
No, I haven't. The Taylor Foundation. I'm gonna write that down.
Yeah, that's Corey Taylor from Slipknot. Started a foundation for veterans and first responders, and it's a really good. They're always at the festivals. They got their booth there, and Mary, who runs it, has become like a good friend of mine today. And if you ever want like the most magical hug in the world, go get a hug from Mary when you see her. She's awesome. And they, like I said, they do a lot. They provide a place there for veterans to kind of share their stories. And she's been on my podcast, and she's connected me with other veterans as well. Nice. So yeah, definitely do that next time. And then like I also saw that you like to volunteer at was it the American Legion?
Yes, post 421.
Now 421, where is that one located at?
It's over on Brook Park Road, which is just north of the airport.
Okay, I know where that's at. Then I pass that all the time when I'm going to like North Olmsted or whatever. I actually live in Brook Park, and so I go to like I'll go to the Brook Park Legion Post, and then or I'll go to like I really like the Berea one, the one on the lake there. I don't know if you ever been there, especially in the summertime, to check that one out. But I've always driven past 421, and I'm like, man, I should stop in there sometime and check it out.
Oh, you gotta. Oh, you gotta. It's a great place. It is a great, great place. I'm so happy we found it. It was actually really, really cool how we found it. One of our members through Irreverent Warriors sent us the information and was like, hey, we're going to be doing a trivia night. Would anybody like to join? It's veterans, and bring your spouses or your children. You know, it's very family friendly. And so we just started going, and it just opened up the door to more friends. It's just incredible. So I joined this American Legion 4 months ago, and we just started our fish fry season. So I've been in the back calling orders.
Nice. Well, yeah, I'll have to stop up on a Friday night for the fish fry or whatever.
Absolutely.
And check it out. And then, I have to keep me posted on trivia nights. I'm not like the best to have on your team, maybe, but
we would love to have you. We would love to have you for sure.
It'd be kind of cool to get out and check it out. Like I said, I've been driving past that thing for years, and I never it's like right by the valley. So it's like, do you guys, is there like a nice little, can you see down in the valley from there and everything too? Is it?
And they've got all sorts of bird feeders.
Nice.
With all the birds. So yeah, just hang out and play trivia, look at the birds, hang out with some cool cats. Yeah.
Awesome. That sounds good. Yeah, I'll definitely have to add that on the list. Well, I appreciate you doing this for me, Greta. Was there anything else that you want to talk about with military service or?
I think we covered everything. Yeah. It was amazing. It was amazing being here and like getting to share and talk with you. It was just incredible. Thank you.
No, thank you. And you're not done yet. I mean, I still got some more questions for you, but I just like to kind of do like the military stuff, get that out of the way, and then I want to roll into some of the questions that I normally ask my guests that I have on here. Usually, because I started this thing kind of as I used to do concert promotions in Cleveland back in the day, and book shows at like the Fantasy when it was around. Peabody's. In fact, like Peabody's used to throw like. They had when I got deployed on my last deployment, they threw a going away party for me and then a welcome home party when I came back. And that was the welcome home was my last blackout before I started getting sober. So, so that amazing Heroes Welcome, I don't even remember, I heard it was a good time and still my pants started coming off and stuff, but then that's a whole nother subject. But anyway, music fan, like I said, music guy. So I always have musicians on here, but who are the top 3 musical artists that you are listening to today?
Ooh, Lorna Shore. They're awesome. And I just saw them in concert here at Jacobs Pavilion, or I guess it's called Nautica now, right?
Yeah, it used to be Nautica. I think it's Jacobs Pavilion now.
Oh, okay.
Or did it change back? I don't know.
Let's see, Carnifex and Necrogoblicon, and I'm going to see Necrogoblicon in just 2 weeks, so I'm pretty excited for that.
House of Blues, right?
It is. Are you going to be there?
I may be. I don't know. I'm actually like working on getting Necrogoblicon on the show. So,
could you even imagine? That would be amazing.
Yeah, if I'm able to pull that off, I'll definitely send you the episode, and if I'm able to attend, I will hit you up.
Please do. That's rad.
And then, what class do you feel should be mandatory before graduating high school today?
Ooh. A class on taxes.
That is the number one answer I usually get. How to do your finances and how to do your taxes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Square dancing. No, we need something really, really viable for like later on in life.
Yeah. I remember, I mean, when I first got my, like, I don't know if it was called the military star card back when I first came out, but when I first got approved for that thing as a young, recruit living in the barracks, man, I thought I was like, Ric Flair or something, decking out my pad, but I didn't realize I had to pay all that stuff back. Got myself in some trouble with that.
Oh yes, absolutely.
And then who are 3 people who've inspired you and you can credit for making you the person you are today?
Oh, I would have to say my grandpa for sure. I would have to say my parents as well, for sure. And oh my goodness, third person. It's hard to narrow it down to just 3.
Yeah, the third one's usually the toughest.
Yes. I would have to say, it may sound cheesy, but my sisters. I have 3 younger sisters, and I really look up to those gals a lot. Like, they're just excellent people. So I know that was more than 3, but I think that's probably my list right there.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And then are there any causes or organizations that you support and encourage others to check out?
Oh, yes, absolutely. So we've already been talking about Irreverent Warriors quite a bit. If you're a veteran, if you know a veteran, if you know anyone active duty, reserves, guard, everybody, please let them know. You can find us at irreverentwarriors.org. Please check us out. It's really a life-saving group for sure. Get involved in that. And then I would say, get involved with like your local American Legion, your local VFW, see what's going on. Something that recently inspired me was I went to the USS Cod for their memorial service. It was their peace unity service with the Dutch. And the gentleman that got up to spoke looked out into the crowd and said, I'm seeing a lot of younger people showing up to these events. And he challenged all of us to continue to show up, continue to give back, because we're going to be the leaders that need to take this on for tomorrow when they have passed on. And that really lit a fire in me. And I want to make sure that I can fulfill that.
Yeah. I'm glad you talked about that too, because, well, first I remember there used to be where the Coast Guard building is by the COD down there.
Yes.
That used to be a Navy Reserve Center. And I actually drilled there back in the day. And I was a part of like an assault craft unit, and we used to keep our like Mike 8 boats parked out there next by the COD and stuff. And then we'd go out and do like, boat quals and swim quals and stuff out in Lake Erie.
Nice.
Back in the day before 9/11, before they tightened the screws on everything.
Yeah.
But also, what you said about the younger generation being involved in the American Legion and the VFW. It's like, I mean, I got sober and then I kind of was just like, what do I need to be there for? It's just a bunch of guys getting shit faced for cheap beer or whatever nights and all that. But that's bullshit. That was a cop out. I try and go. I mean, I like to eat, and they usually got some good food nights and stuff there and the camaraderie, but more of like what you were saying. It's like, these are the people, if we're not participating and funding these organizations, they're going to disappear. And who's going to be fighting for us, in Washington, D.C.
Yes.
Why they want to keep taking from us. It's like we give our lives, and our bodies, and then we come home and we got to fight for every little thing we can get. And a lot of civilians don't get that, but the only people that are keeping an eye on a lot of what's going on with some of the bills that they'll keep pushing through or passing, or what's getting funded for veterans, is these organizations. And if they dry up because we're not being involved, a lot of us can say, oh, it's not cool or whatever. Like, I mean, I've gone to some posts and, especially a younger male veteran, you kind of, you go to the bar for not just drinking, so you want to sit there and, always not hang out with the older crowd. But I've learned that, there's as I become one of the older crowd, you know, that there's a lot of wisdom, especially when I'm in the rooms of recovery, man. I used to couldn't stand the older people. They're just like blah 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 blah. And now it's just like I sit down like under the learning tree and learn what I can from them.
Yes.
And see what I could take and to make, you know, my world better, you know. And yeah, it's definitely, I definitely encourage guys to be involved. Like one of the posts, like the VFW in North Olmsted, what I liked to kind of cater towards like the younger guys coming out and gals is just like they would hire bartenders from outside, you know.
Oh yeah.
So at least it was like if you know, when you go to the bar, you have your favorite bartender you like to flirt with, and you think that, you know, she really likes you and all this stuff while you keep buying the beers. Well, you know, you could do that now at the VFW,
Yes.
you know, or whatever at the Legion. As long as it gets them in the door, and then while you're there, listen, get involved, volunteer, do what you can. You know, I need to practice that more myself. You know, just because I don't drink, don't mean I can't go up there and be a part of. So.
Absolutely. Actually, the woman who heads up our trivia night is sober. I believe she's celebrating 400 plus days of sobriety. So we got
nice.
a lot of sober sisters and brothers there waiting for you.
Nice. All right. And I guess trivia night is going to be on the calendar.
Hey, yes.
You let me know when you guys are going to be there, though. All right.
Every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday. All right. Sounds good. And then I like to go way back with this one, you know, because I'm a nerd at heart, but and I still kind of, you know, still a little boy. I still like to collect things. But favorite toy as a child?
Ooh. Let me think about that one. I loved the Polly Pockets. I loved those Polly Pockets and the Lincoln Logs too. I don't know. It would have to be one of those two. Yeah.
Awesome. And then, you know, there's a lot going on talking about like, you know, who we're supporting when we stay involved with these organizations and keeping these organizations afloat.
Yes.
We got a lot of our brothers and sisters that are serving today, and you know, a lot of stuff going on in the world, you know. So what message do you have for our military brothers and sisters that are currently serving overseas?
We love you. We are so indebted to you. And when you come home, we want to be here waiting for you. You matter and you're loved.
Awesome. And come to trivia night on Wednesdays.
And trivia, yes.
Awesome. Greta, I really appreciate this conversation. It's awesome getting to know you, and like look forward to meeting you in person and doing some hikes with you, and especially resting our feet.
Yes.
You know?
Love that. It was wonderful talking to you. Thank you so much for hosting me. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. And now one last thing before I let you go, what I like to do with the veterans that I have on is I ask them to cut a promo ID for my show. And I asked them to introduce themselves at the last rank they held before they got out. And just like introduce yourself at the last rank you held and say, and you're listening to today's Boondoggle.
And all right. Hey, everybody. My name is Greta Sigel, formerly STG2 Sigel, and you're listening to today's Boondoggle. So sorry, I got tongue-tied at the very end.
Well, you want to do it again? You can.
Sure. Hey, everybody. This is STG2 Sigel, and you're listening to today's Boondoggle.
Nailed it. All right.
Hell yeah.
There you go. Awesome. Well, hey, I'm glad we got connected, and appreciate you being on, and I look forward to talking to you soon in real time.
Bill, same here. Take care, buddy.
All right, you too.
Bye-bye.
All right! Listen up! Hold on to your seats. Grab your girls, grab your beers, Hey everybody, this is Charlie from Anthrax, and you are listening to today's Boondoggle.
This is Mark Metcalf, and you are listening to today's Boondoggle with Bailey on Domain Cleveland Radio.
You are listening to today's Boondoggle with Bailey on Domain Cleveland Radio. Yes, Kato Kalin listens to this all the time.
Welcome to today's Boondoggle. Now, here's your host.
I am Monty Heath, so one Heath, and you are listening to today's Boondoggle.
Hey, what's up? It's John from Skillet, and you are listening to today's Boondoggle on Domain Cleveland Radio.
Fasten your seatbelts.